Greetings and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Shadow Empire. Alright, now let's start moving out a little bit more. Now, the zone next to us is slightly radioactive. Not bad yet. Now, I want all of these zones with the agriculture on it under my control. As well as all zones where there's ruins, so that I can scavenge them. And we've got some high mountains over here. Doesn't say exactly how high it is, I think, but we already know that the mountains can get up to 5,000 meters high. Alright, let's also head down here. There's forests everywhere. I was told there would be shrubs. Well, they're not entirely wrong, of course. But like I said, things change once humans start settling places. Alright, we have one unit left. See, this is all... Eesh. Territory. That usually means trouble. And I want to stay... Oh, by the way, I should probably turn this off for a moment. Because I usually play with the show up lock on, which is basically a helpful indicator on the range of where your units will get full supply from our SHQ. Once they go into the yellow zone, they will have slightly more difficulty to get there, particularly if they need something like fuel to move. And if you go into the red, you're really pushing it. But some units may still get their supplies, and if you go beyond that, yeah, they're just gonna start starving. Right, so what I want to do first, and I want to send the spy over to Toulouse.
Aye, aye, sir.
I'm not looking for a conflict right now, but I do need to know what's going on around me. So I know that this is a minor regime. I don't know what kind of minor regime. I can presume it's probably a farmer. But I don't know that. I also don't know what you are, Morian's Pax. If I go to the strategic map mode, I can see myself, Morian's Pax, Primafel, and the Fapotio territory. Now, I also have one fate point that I can spend. Now, you could just spend that or save that if you want, and look for something you really want. But I feel if you have it, you should probably consider spending it, especially as some of these cards can disappear. Like for instance, I know I've seen cards like the Fat Merchant disappear for some reason or another. However, for this particular turn, I want the docile AI, because it'll give me something useful.
Yes, sir.
Our troops in gold found a group of 10 Doman Sentinels and managed to approach, enter and control them. They've been immediately deployed. So now we have Sentinels. Sentinels are robotic troops. But they do not need food. They have their own power source. And they also don't need ammunition. So these are basically just free troops I can use to scout. Kinda neat. And let's scout a bit. Right, apologies if that was a little loud. It's much better than it initially was. Alright, back to this. Now, we do have some industrial points, some metals. And I kind of want them more. So I want a recycling facility, which will require 2,000 people to build it, and 2 turns of 50 metals of industrial points and 2 turns of machines. And it will give me this once it's finished building.
Yes, sir.
So we'll start the construction there. Now, I need some machines. Machines are initially quite expensive, so you don't want to overdo it. We only need 2, so I'll just buy 2.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
As we are currently not short on anything and we're gaining stuff, I have no need to buy anything. I could sell stuff if I wanted. Traders are an entity that are not on the map as such. They're just around. Everyone uses them, and this is a bit of a communal pool of resources you can tap into if you want to, but most of the time you just end up selling stuff to them. Nothing is really worth it, and I don't want to sell anything that I currently have because I don't have enough of anything. So I think this will probably be the end of the turn then. Right, let's end the turn. Right, now I will show this for the first time, but in future I will probably be pausing the recording just before I end the turn. Because right now it doesn't take all that long because we have relatively little to see. But eventually it'll take forever to end the turn. And you probably want a little bit more progress than that per episode. Militia forces hold a parade to show their strength and loyalty. They found some hidden treasure, some rare metals. Neat. Another new stratagem. Yeah, I would like some regular troops, but right now that's not gonna happen because I don't have any industrial points because it's all being used to build this recycling center. Only just got enough, well, barely enough workers, which I have to pay for. Yeah. Right, well, we have a new unit of militia, that's nice. Where to go next? Well, we did get this pop-up. And there's definitely more radiation over here somewhere. I probably sent my sentinels in there, they don't care about radiation. Right. What was this? Farmers, yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, so we have... Probably have a look at our personnel now. Let's have a look at our cabinet right now. This is the people we initially start with. This is not everyone we have available, but this is what we start with. Council Directors of the Supreme Command Council, Blake Citywalker. Capacity 2 leader, which isn't terrible, it's just not great. He's also very fond of the militia, so we'll probably want the militia around for a little bit. He's the leader of the secret school. Don't know what that faction exactly does on the top of my head. And he is in charge of producing our political points and creating strategy. So right now he's useful. He has skills in diplomacy, covert ops, or he needs to have skills in diplomacy, covert ops, administration. The asterisks tell you which skills are most useful in his particular job. It's not the only skills, and he may learn more as we go. But for now, he'll do fine. Then we also have the commander of the Supreme Headquarters, which is Bertie Asher. He's a capacity 1 dude, and he's the leader of the Justice Knights. I don't like him. He's capacity 1. Capacity 1 is basically the dregs, the bottom rank tier of people. Now, I kind of need to keep him happy, because he is a faction leader, and I don't want him to revolt against me. He doesn't like fists, and he's in favor of meritocracy, so I don't think we're gonna keep him around for that long, because he is probably not gonna like me all that much, since I do not want meritocracy. The only skill he really needs is high command for his job. And as the commander of the Supreme Headquarters, He will also be in charge of delegating orders to the militia, as I tell them to do. But essentially, any tactics that they want to, that the militia wants to perform, he essentially gives bonuses to. We also have an advisor here, which is capacity 3. Why isn't this guy in charge of anything? He's got mind, he's militia, he's the militia chief even. I might want to use him for something better than an advisor, but yeah, I don't have the political points to do that at the moment. That's fine though. From the looks of things, he is a capable commander. Got some skill in diplomacy. I mean, he's got fantastic stats for a capacity 3. I kind of want him in charge of something more substantial, like, for instance, the SHQ. And then there's the secretary, Remy Rendenpath. Also capacity 3. He does not like government, and he's also in favor of the militia. I don't think we're gonna get along very well. And he's good, he's useful, I'll need him. But I see that we are probably not gonna see eye to eye. And we have way more people than that as well. You can probably see better over in this window when we have everyone. Right, so basically this is all the people we currently have available. Which is all the council members, the secretary and the advisor and all that. We also have some people in the reserve pool, which is Tank Cunningmoon, capacity 1, so I don't really care about him. And he also does not have the profile I want. And Archie Cunningpath, which is a capacity 3 leader who really likes meritocracy. Darn, I really have the wrong factions, don't I? What factions do I have? Right, so the Sacred School likes heart and democracy. Nice for you. But we're going for democracy and mine. And you like meritocracy. We are not gonna agree with the Justice Knights at all. Because of we are democracy, everyone votes. 17 rounds, the thing will be reshuffled. Right, we'll have to work on that. But for now, we'll just need to keep expanding. Alright, so first, let's get you over here. And let's expand as far as I want to push. Only the mobile brigade, right? That was too good to be true. I don't want to start a war with Primavera at the moment, so let's not antagonize them. Let's have a look at our decisions. Right, so Hardy found an unusual companion. I write you humbly with a request to take a citizen with me on all my travels and works. He concerns the most original of all priests I ever met. I know civilians are normally not allowed to have access to our secrets of state, but I hope you will make an exception for me. Well, no. This is completely against all regulations. And he agrees, my advisor.
Yes, sir.
Alright, the militia wants a parade. I'm gonna say yes, so I'm gonna pay for it.
Affirmative.
And here is another thing. Right, so I don't want heart. But heart is tempered by mind, so it doesn't matter that much since these points will not exceed my mind points. And it will just make things easier long term. But basically this is what this location is all about. They found something useful and they want me to secure it. Fine. National budget allocation. Now, despite how budget it sounds, this is actually not a dispersion of money. This is actually a dispersion of bureaucratic points. At the moment, this will do fine. And I need to pick a new director for the Interior Council. Now, I need someone with good intelligence. And, well, Archie Cunningpath. He'll do.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I kind of wary because he's a Justice Knight, but I can maybe turn him away from that. Right, I also need to tell him what he needs to do. Now, right now, I really want my human resources so I can get the best people available. And maybe also get some interior policies done. I don't really need terrorists at the moment because we're not trading with any of the other factions. So this will do.
Sir.
And taxation again doesn't directly apply to collecting money from people, but rather how to set our policy. You can see in the organizations over here. Now in the Empire dashboard we can see we are earning 78 bureaucratic points and we're gaining slightly more because of a bonus. We are gaining no real political points at this juncture, and we gained 12 credits per turn this turn. I am loved overall by the people, but they do not trust my word yet. And you can also see what your budgets do. As you can see, they gain some bureaucratic points, which can turn into stuff. There's no urgent issues. Yeah, some of my units may be slightly out of reach. Alright, let's connect up and then just stick around here. Now, I don't want him to move off of this place because this is non-aligned territory, which usually means there's some marauders usually hanging around out there. And I kind of want to make sure that I do not lose track of that. Because the one annoying thing that the Free Folk marauders do is they look for things like this and just sit on it. They don't do anything other than just sit on it because they believe it's theirs, I guess. Right, I don't know what the Foposio territory is. Do I have... I don't have a code ops. Right, well then I just have to wager a guess. Just yoink. Yoink. These are Free Folk cities, or in particular Kitzabel. Kitzabel, fine. Which is basically where free people live. Now, if my city is splendorous enough, they will decide to move there to get work, to get money, to do all the fun stuff you can do in civilizations. I want this, but they will only do it if they are within my zone of control. So that's why I'm trying to yoink these. Now, can I make peace? Now, we are technically not at war with Primafel. Technically. We are, however, as you can tell, we were able to take their territory. This also applies the other way. If they move their troops, they could take my territory, unless we make peace and establish borders. I am fine with the borders as they are currently, because they are in my favor, so I'm going to offer them a peace deal. This will change our relations to peace, and it should be easy enough. I mean, you can't even roll wrong on this one. And you can't roll lower than an 8 with a dice of size of 100 plus 14.
Aye, aye, sir.
Yeah, critical success. They were happy, accepted peace. Now our borders are locked in place, as you can see by the color. So they can no longer take stuff from me, and I can no longer take stuff from them, but that's fine, I got what I wanted. And this will hopefully, in turn, make it much easier for us to turn them into something more useful to me. Now, I want to explore some more. So let's move down to this territory a bit. Now, I can't get my supply over here because that requires that I build a road this way, and I can't because I don't have any industrial points. We'll just have to wait until this finishes, which will take a while because I'm also not producing enough industrial points. Is there any other card I want to play? I can't offer the protection because I have already played a stratagem on Primaville, and I need more recon points on Morian's packs, or I'm allowed to. I could play Radiation Leak, that will give me some danger in a random zone. I only have one zone, so it's not really random. And it'll give me 3 fate points. That would allow me to get both of these done. Now, danger in the zone, you can see here, reduces the amount of happiness you can maximally have. We are at a high happiness, so you know what? Let's have a radiation leak.
Yes, sir.
17 danger, right. Gain some radiation, but now this is high. The danger will disappear in time, and since we are completely free of any other units around here, that's fine. So now I can play these other zone cards, the Fat Merchant. He played in gold, which also brings in, builds a asset in there, and he gives some money to the economy, which is fine because that's what I want. And let's get the treasure hoard. I mean, why not?
Yes, sir.
We found some metals, some rare metals, and some fuel. Neat. Usually not critical to play these if you don't want to. I could have saved the points, but I didn't see a particular need to hold on to them. Right. I think that's pretty much all I can do this turn. Alright, well, while we're at it, then we can actually have a look at the assets in here. So we just built the casino over here, which will get its get some people hired to work there, and then that will make people happier. You can see the private economy is quite wealthy, and they will want to build some light industry, which I would like because that will give me some extra industrial points to spend. Currently, they earn 1,000 of a credit for their jobs. We can do better than that. In standardly, we give 5,000 of credit, but we only have jobs here and here right now. So, right, I was gonna look at the models because that's something always we need to keep in mind. Troops you start with. We start with grunts. This is infantry. Its main armament is the slug thrower. It has been issued a thermosuit because it can get quite cold in this planet. It's your very standard basic infantry. It's got a decent structural design, so I'll keep this probably for a good long while. The structural design is a number between 70 and 130 that's rolled when a new model is discovered, or when a new model is made, rather, not necessarily when it's discovered. And basically anything below 100 is below average. If you have a model with a strength design below 90, it's probably in your best interest to reroll it as soon as you can, in the hopes of getting something better. Now again, you're slightly reliant on what you can get. And the basic design is essentially the amount of design at the start of this. It'll go up as we get some more field testing done, and then when we redesign the model to something better, this number will go up, along with the weapon design, armor design, and hopefully also get the firepower in and all that. Machine guns, ooh, also a very good one. Basic machine guns, good for defense. Keep this the full automatic gun. I want to change the name because that doesn't sound very useful. Alright. The hauler. This is a basic transport vehicle. Got a light diesel engine, which is extremely overpowered. Yeah, disagree. Because you can put a heavy diesel engine in here. The strength design, structural design rather, is 98. Which isn't terrible, but may want to improve that at some point. And our buggy, which is 93. So I am heavily tempted to redesign that at some point, but for now it'll have to do. Because right now this is a recon. Our recon buggies is our best way of figuring out what's out there in the world, because we will need recon to see what the enemy is doing. It's also the most useful thing I have right now to deal with infantry, because none of my troops really are all that good at attacking, as infantry is mostly used for defense. Right, for now that'll have to do, I guess, because I don't think there's anything else we can do. Ooh, more territories. That's not great for me. Territories usually means something aggressive hides in there. Alright, well, let's just quickly turn over to the next turn. See you in a moment. Alright, welcome to the next round. Another episode. Told you we found some. Found some Galactic Republic equipment near the vehicle industries in the Zone Gold. Let us through where our reserve recruits form the 200 GR grade infantry. Neat. And we found some free machinery. Nice. Some new stratagems. Can send some more spies out. We are expanding. Units with low supply. Yeah, I know. Need to hold this hex over here. Well, first off, I want this 200 GR grade infantry, which have laser rifles and combat armor, to move there.
Prepare for evasive maneuvers.
Darn.
Get out!
That's not what I was hoping it'd be. Alright, so our neighbor here has decided he wants to be annoying. Seen the road and thought, ooh, let's have a look. And there's probably more units around here, but I can't see them because forests. And we also have some units over here that I don't know who they are. I'm just gonna pull back for now. Get the ancient hermitage. And right, let's explore over this way. Ooh, nice, a volcano. That'll become very useful later on. Yeah, unit to stay put. This asset needs a little bit more time to finish. We're gonna get some light industry next turn. There's a couple of stages to building stuff. First we need to finish the building, and then it takes another turn after that for the building to become active. So you need to plan for that a little bit once you start building stuff. I can't just tell him to get it now. Alright, well, let's have a look at the rifle militia they have. Basically just mixed infantry with improvised and low-tech weaponry, equipped with thermal clothing. It looks like their arms are don't have anything on them. Yeah, not a great start. I didn't want to fight. They didn't like that all that much because most relationships start at 30, so they didn't like that I attacked them, but it was an accident because I didn't know they were there. But in any case, let's try to keep them at bay. Now, Toulouse probably is also not happy with them because they essentially invaded their territory as well. So they may push back a bit. If we have one decision, training opportunity in the 3rd Gold Guards Battalion. Now, this is again an opportunity to play around with my profile. I don't want meritocracy because that suppresses democracy. So the only real option here I have is enforcement, which I also don't want, but since it is being oppressed by my government, It is fine, as it will not push over the limit.
Yes, sir. Roger that, sir.
We'll just take that choice. And that'll do for this episode. Thank you all for watching. See you all next time.